Welcome back to another episode of the Gambling Goats podcast. He's Johnny, I'm Shea, and you know what? Big week. Boys were successful again. Another winning week.
How about that week? Yeah, let's go.
What a great week, man. Masters, what a tournament. Great to see Tiger back. Glad he finished. And Scotty Scheffler took home the green jacket. So, great week for the boys in general. As always, Gambling Goats podcast is brought to you by Davies Group, your one-stop shop for all your gambling needs. Make sure you check them out online at www.daviesgroup.ca. Johnny, why don't you tell me all about how your picks went last week, brother? I'm dying to hear.
Yeah, you know what? It was an exciting week. Really fun. Lots of good bets were laid. How about Scotty Scheffler, number one golfer in the world? Pretty funny that he was ranked where he was going into it. You know, they had John Ram picked to win outright with the numbers. But how do you not put money on the number one golfer who's been as hot as him? You know, when you're having a hot streak, you're on one, and he sure was. Even though he 3-putted or 4-putted that 18th hole, still great to see. So NCAA finals, that was a lot of fun. Kansas winning my bracket 2 years in a row. Champ got the belt. I took Kansas and the under, and that hit. That was great for me. We won a lot of money on that tournament. Really good games there. And then getting into my picks, I had Kansas and the under. Had Cameron Smith to make top 10. That hit. Will Zalatoris top 20. That hit. I had to sprinkle something on Tiger. Unfortunately, he really fell behind the pack, didn't make the top 30, so didn't make that one. But you're a fool if you didn't want to have him in your games that week. And then I had Sungjae Im in the 2-ball there. He won, and I also took Louis Oosthuizen, and I don't even think he made it past the second day. So 4 for 6 for me. That was a great time, great tournament. Masters was a lot of fun this year to watch. Too bad Cameron Smith couldn't hold on after that 12th hole. But
that 12th hole was rough.
How about McIlroy?
What a big day.
Yeah, Rory coming in strong. It's too bad he started off so slow. I'd love to see him get the green jacket. It would really add to his whole career. I think
absolutely.
That's
I'd say the only one he's missing. So
I'd say so. How about you, Shea? How do you make out at that?
Good week, dude. I'm above water, doing good. Went 2 out of 3 for my basketball picks. Went 4 out of 6 for my golf picks. Basketball, both the unders hit. I took the first half under and I took game under. But I was riding UNC, and you know what? They had that big lead going into halftime and just kind of crumbled in the second half. So that was tough to watch. I should have done a little live betting and took Kansas at half just to, at the plus money, just to ride both sides there.
Pretty tough though, man. Kansas came back from that's the biggest upset in NCAA history. I think going into half, anyone who was on the Tar Heels, would have been happy. I was, pretty upset. I thought my picks were gone. What a comeback. A lot of missed shots. They really started hitting them. They had a lot of players really show their true colors. UNC getting an injured player there who was making all their rebounds and big plays. McCormick or what's his name?
Baycott.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's who
Baycott was the one with the bad ankle. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, either way, tough to see. Must have been a pretty upset North Carolina team, but
tough loss.
Great battle.
You know what? I bounced back with some Masters pick, went 4 for 6 there. Like you said, I had Tiger. I put him in the top 20. He made the cut. It was love to see that. Great for the game of golf. I put yes to a hole-in-one in the 2022 Masters. Easy cash. Someone's got to hit an ace in the Masters. It always happens. So I love that bet. Max Homa did not make the top 30. He was 33rd. He was close, but no cigar. Tough showing on the final day for Max. And then my boy, friend of the pod, Will Zalatoris, top 10 finish. Finished 6th, second year in a row, top 10 at the Masters.
We love our Zalatoris.
This young guy has got a big career ahead of him. I can see him putting on that green jacket one day.
If he could have made some more putts, he would have been right there. Yeah,
absolutely. My 2 matches that I had Tommy Fleetwood over Justin Rose. Well, Tommy Fleetwood made the cut. Justin Rose did not make the cut, so that was an easy cash. And then our boy Will Zalatoris over Sam Burns, same situation. Zalatoris makes the cut, Sam Burns doesn't. Easy cash. It was nice to cash those early, so I didn't have to sweat it out over the weekend. Nice, good week. All in all, 4 and 6 on golf, 2 out of 3 on basketball. Great week, positive week for the boys here.
That's right. And after the week before, we're just pretty much on fire, I would say.
We're on a tear. Don't let us get hot.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, we got some basketball picks. We got 4 games coming up here, very important games. And we've also got who we think is going to take the NBA championship this year. Yep. So if you're ready for that, Shea, what do you got coming into this week? We've got 4 games. Who do you like?
Well, let's start in Brooklyn. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn's minus 8.5 on the line. Brooklyn at home as favorites. I don't know if I can trust that team as favorites at home. They've really struggled to cover that spread in Brooklyn over the last 25 games or so, with a losing covering record.
I think they're 2-21.
It's not
the spread.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at home, man. So, with that being said, I'm going to have to ride Cleveland. 8.5 is too many points. I think Cleveland covers that, but I think they still lose. I think Brooklyn wins the game. So yeah, that's my pick there.
Hey, I'm a big stat guy. Stats. I like what you're saying. Cleveland and the points make sense to me. Cleveland plays a great defensive ball. Yeah. Kevin Durant's one of the best players in the NBA. Don't get me wrong. Kyrie Irving has the handles, but they have been hot and cold, hit and miss. They have been all over the place, and I just can't trust them. So I'm taking Cleveland in the points as well. I trust that. I still think Brooklyn gets it done probably, but I think it's going to be a tight game. And you know what? I might be sprinkling something on Cleveland money line just because they've got such a defensive young team right now that are really handling the ball well. I could see the upset. I really could.
Right on, right?
Especially Brooklyn at home. They haven't been safe. So it's going to be interesting to see that game. Going to watch that for sure.
Yeah, the big thing that stands out for me is that 8.5 number. That's too many points in an important game. I know, Brooklyn is, technically the better skilled team. But with their struggles at home recently, it's been tough to get behind, especially at that number. So I like it. I like the little sprinkle on the money line for you there. You and your money line dogs, you love those, eh?
I sure do. Depending on the team, depending on the day. Getting into the next one though, we got Clippers versus Timberwolves. Now, who doesn't love Paul George? Not me. I don't at all. So I'm going Timberwolves. I'm taking Timberwolves money line. Again, young roster, hungry. I like what Minnesota's doing. They've got some players that are just all over the place. Pat Bev is on that team, is he not? But you know who he used to play for?
Who do you used to play for?
Well, the Clippers.
Oh. Yeah, for sure, man.
So Pat Bev playing for the Timberwolves. He gets in your head. You know what I mean? He used to play for the Clippers. I like him on the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves will win outright, and I like them as a favorite.
I'm going on the opposite side. I'm taking
dog.
I'm taking the dog. I'm taking Clippers. I'm taking Clippers plus the 3. What's NBA playoffs with no LA team in the mix there? So I think the Clippers punch their ticket, get ahead. Take that plus 3 all day.
Clippers have struggled around the end of the season.
They sure have, but you know what? I like it. I like the narrative. I like, look at them bounce back, get into the playoffs. Here we go, Clippers.
You know what, Clippers, if there's going to be a year that they need to get it done, it's this year, or else they're going to, start trading some guys and getting back to like what they, start rebuilding, because they really lost a lot for Paul George and Kawhi. And those 2 guys have not been able to get it done in LA for the last couple of years. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I'm all over the Timberwolves. Shea's on the other side. Let's have a day.
Let's jump into this next game. We got Hornets at Hawks. Johnny, what do you think?
You know what? I love the Hornets. MJ's my guy. He's the franchise owner. Who doesn't love LaMelo Ball and what he's been doing for the team? Hornets have been irrelevant until then. So LaMelo Ball has actually really been growing as a leader as well, and becoming, he's still pretty flamboyant, but really locking down and just getting what he needs done out of the team, making great plays, highlight reels, anything with LaMelo Balls on it is worth some money. But going up against the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young, I just don't know. They've got some depth. They've got a hungry team. Trae Young is just unbelievable when it comes down to it. And dog's about to puke, so I got to let him out before he pukes in my house. Go eat some grass. But yeah, I'm all over Hawks money line here. I'd like to touch the points. I'm going to take the favorites. I think Atlanta gets it done. It's at Atlanta. They've got the home advantage. Trae Young, fucking workaholic, if you ask me. He'll drive that ball and lead that team to a victory.
Yeah, I could definitely see him dropping at least 30 in this game. So I'm on the same side as you do, just for basically the exact reasons. I love LaMelo Ball. I've ridden his points props all season long.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't get behind that as dogs. I'm going to take the Hawks minus the 4.5 points, though. I think Atlanta runs away with this game a little bit and punches their ticket there. So
we got San Antonio Spurs. We got San Antonio Spurs. Sorry about that.
At the Pelicans.
At the Pelicans in New Orleans. What are you thinking there, Shea? Because I'm liking some points, but I doubt we're on the same side on this one.
Yeah, I think we might be maybe on the same side. I don't know. This was a tough game for me to break down. My betting history with the Spurs this year hasn't been good. My betting history with the Pelicans this year hasn't been good. So it's one of those things, you know, if Big Zion was in this game, I'd be riding the Pelicans easy, but he's not going to play. The guy's still injured. Probably going to be out for the rest of this season and maybe even the start of next season. So without their big fella down low, I'm going to have to ride the Spurs. I'll give me the Spurs plus the 5.5.
I like where you're going with it. Yeah. What else? What other choices do you have?
That's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, they've made it this far. The Pelicans have made it this far. Don't get me wrong. They played the play-in game, but you know, I just think they lack that depth that they're going to be able to need to make this run down the rest of the way.
Well, it's too bad you said that because I'm on the other side, Shea.
Uh-oh.
I really do think that that the Spurs and the plus 5.5 points is enough points to really take them. But I'm not a Spurs fan. Not a Spurs fan. Never have. Never will. I think in New Orleans with their crowd there, I think the Pelicans can get it done. I think the plus points is safe, but I'm taking Pelicans money line on this. Again, you know, I would love to take it. If it was minus 2.5, -3, I'd probably touch the spread there, but I'm going to stick with Pelicans on this one.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're going head to head, buddy. I like
on it. Two of them. On two of them, we are.
And you know what? We could both win. So, I mean, I'm okay with this. You know, we could get that middle. You know, Timberwolves could win by 2. I cover the plus 3. Pelicans could win by 3. I cover the plus 5.5. You know, like we could be both winners, man.
I just hope it's an exciting game. I'll be watching it nonetheless. Absolutely. You know, down by 1, hit a 3. I win money line. You get your points. Great. We're all winners.
Exactly, man. You
know, and then Shea,
we got the big dance. Yeah,
that's
we
what
got
I'm
the big dance. Is that what you're gonna get into?
I'm gonna get into it.
Yeah, let's see who do you got for the championship game there in the NBA Finals, man?
It's tough. There's a lot of good points. You know, I'd like to take a look at teams like Chicago, Nets, even 76ers. But you know, just like Scottie Scheffler, how do you not take the number 1 team in the league right now with the Phoenix Suns? You know, their last year, always in contention. Chris Paul and Booker running show, passing the ball. They've got, you know, even guys on the bench that can come out and put up points. So I'm really feeling the, you know, them not getting the championship. I think this is their year to lose it, and that's really it. You know, it's theirs to lose. So I'm gonna go with the number 1 team and say they get it done this year, Arizona, or I guess Phoenix.
I'm running with the heavy favorite. I like that. You know what, man? It's still plus money because we're getting into it a little early, which is nice to see.
3.75.
Yeah, so that's a nice little coin in your pocket if they end up taking it home.
It's no 1,200, but you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, thanks for tipping my hand there because I'm going with the 76ers. I think this team has the skill. You know what? They traded for Harden. They got Joel Embiid. They got a good big. They got a good shooting guard. And you know what? They'll be able to really play defense and get back on the ball there. especially with Joel being an awesome player, MVP caliber kind of player. So I'm going to take the 76ers plus the 1,300 just to win the finals. That would be a nice little payday if they come through. They've made a lot of big moves, getting rid of Ben Simmons, just for this moment. For playoffs to get in, to make it a little farther, they're going to have to go through the Raptors, which is going to be a tough task. But you know what? If they get through that, I think they have easy sailing to the finals. So
hey, team's hungry, team's healthy. I was looking at them too. Nothing not to like. If Harden can really choke down and just play real ball and not get emotional, I think that looking for calls basically. When you go fishing for calls and you're not playing the ball, well, you're not going to win. You just got to keep your head down like Trae Young and Devin Booker and just get points put up and forget about everything else around you. But Joel Embiid, James Harden, Joel Embiid's one of the number one bigs here. They've got a nice big team. They're also a team to contend for sure. So I like where you're going with that.
yeah, and I get your pick. It's just I wanted to get a little something exotic. Everyone knows basketball's not my sport, so why not root for a big underdog here over on Shea's side, Team Shea here.
Yeah, I hear you. No worries, man. They play a great zone offense there or defense, and 76ers are a great team. I think Harden also needs to get a championship ring. He's been bounced around the league so much. That's got to be in his head to lock down finally and get it while he has the chance with Joel Embiid on his side. So if there's a team that can really get there, it's definitely the 76ers this year because they don't have to go through Toronto and Kawhi this year. So they should be just fine. So yeah, there's our best picks. 5 each.
Great episode. Let's keep this hot train rolling, brother. We've been on fire recently. The boys are getting lots of good picks coming in, which is nice. Make sure to check out our Instagram, our Twitter, Gambling Goatz. We do game day plays there. There'll be lots of baseball stuff going on now that baseball season's up and running. And then we got more golf coming down the chute here, man. U.S. Open. We got the British Open coming up as well. Lots of good things to look forward to this summer. And as always, Gambling Goats is brought to you by Davies Group. Make sure you check them out online at Davies Group. On social medias, www.daviesgroup.ca.
That's right.
Means.
And John, I was just checking my watch. I'm seeing, we got about 13 days, maybe 14 until we're on the golf course out here. So, baseball and golf coming in. It's going to be a fun summer. Stay posted on our Twitter, on our accounts. And Shea, what were you going to say? Let's make some money.
Let's make some money.
Right. Let's make some money. All right. Have yourself a week, kid.
Cheers.
Goats.